Mark a couple of these blanks, give a little bit of time for a few more people to get in here. It's kind of an impromptu live, so I don't expect it to be that popping. What up, John? What's up, LJ? Kind of an impromptu live. I wasn't really going to go live today at all, but I figured since how about 90% of the stuff I'm batching out for this upcoming show is done on the lathe for this one, or 90% of the stuff that I've got to batch out left, better word, is done on the lathe. Might as well go ahead and sneak a live in with it. See if we can get a few more people in here, and then I will get started. And on these first couple, I'm going to try to use nothing but the bowl gouge. And if I need to, I may have to use my round carbide as a scraper because I don't have a scraper. So, see how that works out. Try to get some folks in here. What the hell is that? All right, chat. Thank you. Ah, hell with it. Let's get it. Finagle this bastard down here. See if y'all like that view any better. Alright, so we're going to turn this into a yarn bowl. Had a few questions for those. Can you do us a favor and mention a rough price you put on stuff when you're turning it? Yeah, if I've got a price for them, dude, I can do that. A couple of these, well, almost all these things that I'm turning today, I've never sold before. I'm making a few of them on request, and because they look really easy to do, I can give you ballpark prices. What I found, like on the internet, the unrealistic Etsy prices versus like actual prices I found on like Whatnot and other people's actual prices. But yeah, I can do that for you guys. All right, I'll get the hood on here and get it going, and the bowl gouge. I bumped you. Sorry. There you go. That way the comments aren't in your way. No, Fine By has not sent me a scraper yet. I'm working on it. I'm also working with a couple other companies. Fine By Tools sent me the badass lathe here that I really can't complain about. The FL 1221. I believe it's still on sale on their page. There's a link to it in my description. Check it out. What's up, Billy? All right. But I am in the market for some scrapers. These off here. She's not too bad. Not bad for a freehand sharpening, I might add. Baller, today we are making a yarn bowl. Jeff, check it out. Freehand sharpening. Not got awful bad, not great. Let me know what y'all think about the new camera angle too. Don't do that no more, dumbass. Alright, so everything that I've seen, got a little piece right there. Everything that I've seen from yarn bowls, they don't really have like a base on the bottom. They're more like completely rounded off, and they got that crazy like cattail cut in them. And from what I've seen, it's more like it's for like a comfort while it's sitting on your lap and crocheting or whatever. So we're going to try to do that. We're not really going to do a pronounced foot on the bottom of this. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to cut our mortise, and then I'm going to round this off a little bit more. I want it to be like a full gradual slope going into this. LJ, hook, what's that mean? That's the cut, what's called? I always call it a cattail. All right, man. Cool, thanks. That. I do want to give the top over here a little bit of a round over. I know I could wait till I'm almost done to do that, but what the hell's the point in that, right? Run that right into the other one. Patrick in the bag, you're probably not. You're probably not supposed to do half the shit I do regardless, but not being sarcastic when I say this, thank you for the advice. I will take it into consideration and all that. I no longer wear hoodies and I don't drink when I'm doing this, so I guess that's a step in the right direction. Believe it or not, Jeff and LJ's even got me talking to wearing my clothes when I turn. That shit was wild. Okay, so it's not exactly where I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with this while I can still get around here to the edge of it where I want to. Wrong way, dummy. Alberto, I have no idea what you're saying, but as long as you're not being a dick, what's up, man? You know what they say, Jeff? Ain't no joy like a big butt boy. I could always use my my gouge kind of as a, or my skew kind of as a negative rake on this, or as a scraper, but I don't want to. I've got one of the Harbor Freight gouges that I kind of modified into a negative rake or a scraper. But I'm trying to go as legit on this as possible. Next person to talk shit about me using carbides, we're probably going to have some beef. So I didn't do a Sunday last week. I'm not going to lie, if you've seen the post, I honestly think I'm just giving up YouTube altogether, man. I don't know if you guys have caught on to anybody's lives or anything here as of recently, but people get kicked out. Like, the subs are shittier, the numbers are getting kind of shitty. It's just got to a point where you'll get booted offline by YouTube like 2 or 3 times, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong, John, I love my carbides too. I just want to be well versed and use them both. Ooh, that's smooth. That feel good. That feel good. I like it. I like it what I feel. Alright, so we're going to pop this off here, flop around, all that cool shit, and check it up on this end, and I'm going to attempt to use this here bowl gouge to hollow this heifer out. What do y'all think about this camera angle here? Tenon's not as small as I wanted it, but I think we'll be alright. So now, I'm pretty sure I'm able to move this whole damn mount and bring you all over here. This is one of those new snake mounts they sent me. The thing's harder than Chinese arithmetic, but it's actually pretty cool. And instead of trying to give you guys the long off far away view, I might be able to do the up close, and you might get to see what the hell's happening view here. Maybe. There we go. Not that bad. I think on Sundays we're fighting football too. All right, let me hit this with the vacuum real quick. Alright, so we want to, of course, cut into this, undercut it a little bit so it follows this curve. We're going to pronounce this curve on the edge just a little bit more. And then right up here on the top, it's where we're going to do, LJ, correct me if I'm wrong, the J hook. And then I got something special planned for the inside of this. And this is actually just basswood. A couple blanks got sent to me. I don't know if we're going to stain the outside of this, oil it, or what. It's got a pretty cool grain pattern to it, I'm not going to lie. But I think before we do all the special stuff we're going to do on the inside of it and cut the J-hook, I'm going to do like almost a texturing thing if it works, then do like a mandala inside of it before I do the crazy paint job on the inside of it. Get a drink of water in here. Oh no, I kind of like this new snake mount. It seems like it gets like right to the point. Not like that though. Good thing I hadn't started that. I've been a real salty prick. And that's why you always tighten your chuck. Man, I'm glad I hadn't started that yet. I've been a salty fuck. Woo! Mad. Been a mad feller. Double check my my tin and make sure it knocked that shit off center. Reverse. And we're good. And if anybody's curious, I'm only rolling around 1800 RPMs on this. And I'm currently using the who exactly makes this? I think this is the Shop Fox bowl gouge. I will say this, the sharp gauge does do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the camera's in reverse view. This phone won't let me flip it backwards for some reason. Pain in the ass. Use the next flip. No, we don't want to do all that nonsense. Riding place, do all that. Nah, we can't do all that. Sorry, man. Too much noise means you're doing too much. go in the direction that I want to go. What's up, Dave? What's up, Eugene? So sharp. Damn it. Got it from the angle. That catch didn't do too much craziness. My luck, it did. Just a little bit, but I'm ready to cut that out anyways. Later, Jeff. See you in a little bit, man. Thanks for stopping in, bub. I don't know if it's going to be too much or not. What's up, Ezio? That can take a second. I'll get ready to flip this around a little bit and switch the direction I'm spinning. Please take a chance or a second. Check out the description on here. I don't know if I've got any mods that can put it in on this one. Check out my shop sponsors. They're all in the description. Find By Tool, Got Wood. Those guys are awesome. Find By Tool sent me the lathe. Got Wood is the only lumber distributor I'm going to deal with anymore at all for any of my exotic woods. Use the code WHACKER for a pretty good discount with them. So check those guys out for me. What helps keep the channel going, that and you guys. All right, so we're going to flip the rotation of this and put it in reverse, and I'm going to try to get like a little bit of an undercut here on this side so I get that concave before I roll up this side right here to give it that full roll. And when I do that, I want to leave the wall not super thick, nowhere near as thick as this, but where I am putting that J-hook in there, that is going to be a freestanding piece of wood, so I kind of want it to have a little bit of rigidity to it. Slowed our RPMs down to 1200. Rodney Bowden, I might be boring and my piece is not center any good, but I did drill your mom's center in the dirt button last night. So talk about her at that. And when you're done, get my nut rag off her nightstand. What's up, Axel? Let's not bring that shit up in here and we'll be all right. So we're out here. Yes, Double OG, I'm making a semen jar. It's what we're going to ring your sister out in and send it off to the specimens. Start rounding out the bottom just a little bit more, and we can round off this top just a little bit. I should probably put it in the right damn direction. See where we're at here. We can definitely go thinner. But before we go a whole lot thinner, we're going to taper the back of this off just a little bit, make it a little bit more rounder. Yeah, I was in reverse cut the backside. So the only way I can get the ball across this long ass heifer across there, the way that my thing's set up, and actually be able to see what I was doing. Thanks for noticing that, John. That's pretty cool. Second. Here's our mask. Alright, so we do have a little bit of an undercut inside of it. I gotta sand it. Thinking that we could probably make that lip just a little bit thinner. But the outside is looking pretty good. I got that full roll. No plate for it to set on. Let me hit the vacuum on this real quick. Hit that damn like button, y'all. If you're in here hanging out and saw me doing some crazy shit, at least hit the like button. Alright, so now that I know exactly where everything's at and the contour of the bottom of the bowl, we're going to go back to the inside of it. I know it's kind of repetitive, but I want this to be a uniform roundness going all the way around. See if I can do that without blinding y'all. And like I said earlier, I want to leave these walls not super thick, but fairly thick compared to like a normal bowl that I'd make, because I've got to cut that J hook in it for the yarn to set in, tap a couple holes for the crochet needles to set through as well. And if you, while I'm sitting here, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It helps the channel out a lot. Doesn't cost anything. We are going to do something crazy with this one, where this one's just basswood, and kind of like perfect for a yarn bowl because flight and all that cool stuff, but still enough weight to not roll around with yarn. I got some crazy colored like chameleon paints and stuff, and then I've also got a airbrush kit from my sponsor. I'll let you guys decide when I get down to it. Am I going to chameleon paint the inside after I do the spiraling design, or am I going to do like a fade on the inside of it and then oil or stain the outside of this? But we're almost there. That's always the fun part. That's the wood porn part. So let's get back into this and get there real quick. Mr. Got to Milfin, are you going to store cum in that? No more cum than I store in your mom on a regular. I'm telling you right now, for the longest time ever, I thought she was just dead because she didn't move a whole lot. Turns out she was a dead fucker. Alright, so let's get back into this. I'm going to put this over to reverse. John up north. You're not a moderator. Handle that shit, please. up, Kevin? How you doing, brother? All right, so now it's rounded out. We're going to round off this edge, give it a little bit of love, and then we're going to sand the inside of this and get on to the cool part. Now, as I said earlier, I ain't going to take my round carbide because I don't have a scraper. This really perturbs me because I wasn't wanting to do this at all. I want to do the whole thing with these gouges. Three passes with a carbide. I don't think that really throws me in the category of being a cheater. Hope not, anyways. Does y'all can eat a bag of ass. Alright, let's sand this real quick. Alright, we're smooth. Matriculous light. Got some decent grain. Now, what I'm going to do for the next part of this, go over and get my paper towels. I'm gonna hit this heifer with some sand and sealer. I don't know if it's gonna do any kind of work good on this wood whatsoever. Not sanding sealer, but Yorkshire, sorry, grit. And I'm really wanting it to be nice before I start putting these Next little bits of finish on it. Bring you guys up a little bit so you can just see what's going on the outside surface. There we go. Alright, put a lid on this. Get it out of the way so it don't get covered up with sand dust or sawdust and shit. Oh, what's up, man? You good? The trolls are amongst us today, brother. And I'm telling you right now, the only thing they're talking about is cum. It's fucking weird. So, sit there for a minute. Stay away, fool. Now what I want to do is I want to, this is plain as hell on the inside, as you can see. I want to take my texturing tool, and I want to give it like, you know, a little bit of stuff going around on the inside edge here, because I'm going to be cutting right through here to make the J channel. Or the J slot, or J tail, or it's a cat tail. Let's just go with that. And then the inside of this, I am going to hit it with some crazy collars on this one, and the next one will be more of a chameleon collar. But my sponsors hooked me up with this little battery-operated airbrush gun that works pretty good, and I figured it'd be awesome for an application like this. So, I was only going to do one of them with the painted inside and do the other one natural. But, I don't know. Just depends. I'll let you guys decide after we get thank God that's hard. Let me get this, textured up and stuff. Turn that spade down. Get my texturing wheel and my Allen key. I'd like to thank Hartford Tools in Northern Ohio. They sent me this badass little gadget here. It's a Sorby Mini texturing tool. It's actually really cool. Pretty fond of it myself, you know. All kinds of cool stuff like do the flowered engravings and the spirals and all that stuff with just this one tool. And we're gonna try that real quick. If it'll reach, and it will. Fuck it, boys. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a flower in the very dead center of that. Okay, got the flower in there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. All right. And then we are going to flip the angle on this. We're going to put a little bit of trim around that. It's actually going to be several rings of trim around the inside of this. Okay. Speed it up a little bit because we're moving out. Lines. Cool. Paper towel, clean out the inside of it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got that crazy spiraling and everything inside of it. And I am definitely going to add some collars to that, Mr. Ben. What's up? I don't have a crazy airbrush gun yet, but I do have a sponsor that sent me something that I think is actually pretty cool. I want to bring the collar out of this almost like a fade and roll it over the lip right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of a termination line out here, and then I'm going to tape on the outside of that so I don't get oversprayed. We just went through the whole sealing part of that, and I don't want to deal with that nonsense. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want the collar to go any further than that. Cool. Wipe off the outside of this real quick. They haven't gave me a link yet. They want to see it in the video. That's why I'm shooting it on this. And once I have this, I'll have an affiliate code for all you guys. They told me they want to see me use it in the video to prove that I'm actually going to use it. So I can get behind that, and they don't want to see just like some dude trying to get free shit. You know what I mean? All right. Now that that's done. Yeah, we got a clean line all the way around. I want the blue tape to go right below that termination line we had, because that's going to be like our final barrier against like overspray and stuff like that. And then I'm eventually going to put a burn in that termination line to like make it a legit termination line. Just go around here and make sure we got a fairly decent seal. I know it's not going to seal 100. I'm just more worried about stuff flying off this way than I am any other direction. All right, so dudes over at Winston's hooked me up with one of these little gadgets. And I was kind of skeptic of it at first, but it does have its purposes. You feed this thing ink through markers, which, yeah, I know, sounds kind of weird. And if you don't have an airbrush set up or the room for an airbrush set up, this is pretty cool. I'm going to turn my speed down. And I want to do like a fade kind of thing. And it uses like an alcohol ink. And then I want to bring over this, I think it's called geranium. It's pretty bright red, almost pink. Where I can't shoot back in here and I don't want to get a bunch of runs, I'm going to shoot this wall. Let it spin for a second. Just make sure we ain't got no crazy oversprays or nothing like that. Kick it up to speed a little bit. Peel this off. I don't have any crazy overspray or anything like that on the outside of them. I put my burn line in it. And I'll ask you guys, what should we finish the outside of this in? Should we wax it? Should we stain it? What should we do? That was on you guys. I'm asking you. I want your opinion. Wax it is, children, wax it is. But yeah, I was totally impressed with the Wintons. It's pretty cool. I use them on a lot of my yo-yos and stuff like that. You guys up here to the top. Now yank this sumbitch off the lathe here. Y'all see me? Alright, I'm back. Cool. I don't know what happened. Alright, so turn this thing off. Pigtail there. And now I'm going to go over here in a little bit and I'm going to cut the J channel right here to make this a yarn bowl. And I was thinking earlier, because you know it's pretty dangerous when I start thinking. At least that's what Daddy always said. I don't think Daddy liked me. You probably, if you're going to have yarn bowls, or say that you can make yarn bowls, you should probably, just throwing it out there, probably be able to make crochet hooks too. So that's what we're going to do next. That was a light colored wood, and we're going to use some light colored wood to maybe pair it up a little bit. Maybe that'll work, right? Get my live center in here. Take these off, y'all. Finagle y'all down here so you can see what the hell's going on. Alright, cool. These are just scraps. They're not even square. I'm going to attempt to turn these into crochet hooks that the finest of old ladies would be tickled to have. Never done it before, but I'm going to give it a shot. First order of business is going to be rounding these out though, and I don't know if you caught on to the pattern today. I'm trying to use my my traditional gouges as much as I can today. Just kind of like better myself a little bit, I guess. I don't know. So on this one, I'm gonna pull this big ass roughing gouge. I don't have a sharpening system. Everything I've got's been sharpened by hand. Give me a break. We're not using the kit on this. The hook, the stem, everything. It's gonna be from scratch. Seen a little barefooted bungy dude doing it last night with minimal shit. I've got a badass shop, just needs clean, so I figure I should be able to do it. for a whiteboard and something comes in it. Baptize me on the muddy street, put Johnny on the Bible. I don't think we need the light just yet, y'all. Alright, still got a couple flat spots back here on this end. We're going to knock those out real quick. You know the worst thing about YouTube? Like, I can't play music in the background of my shop. It really, I can put the damper on shit, y'all. Huh? Cool. I'd say that probably is pretty loud for y'all, and I'm sorry as hell about that. difference what tool I use. Not the one I was just using. No wonder it was actually kind of funny. Okay, so up here, this is going to be tapered off. This is where we're going to put the hook. This is where we're going to taper down the handle. Still want to round these off so it's like comfortable for the hand and all that. I don't fucking crochet, so I figure I'm doing it somewhat right. better. Alright. So this next part here, it's kind of got me thinking a little bit. I've never made one of these. Thinking that I should either go ahead and cut in that hook or wait and do it afterwards. Now I do got to wait and do the J hook on the bowl afterwards, so it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and just do it then. Don't do that. All right, yeah, okay. So we're gonna sand and sealer this thing, and we're gonna put the same color scheme on it that we did with the bowl. I think there's supposed to be like 2 of these to be used when you're crocheting. I don't fucking know. Alright. Cool. Just to make the flow of the set go together. That little flourish there. A little spiral going around the midsection, I guess. Crochet's only 1 hook. Thank you, Glenna Williams. So set this off to the side. That's in there, that's in there. Alright. That's going to have the collar down there, so I need to go ahead and separate that. Makes sense, right? Yeah, sure. Where is my diamond tool? There is my diamond tool. of figured that was going to happen, which I am totally cool with. That lets me stand this flat so I can put the collar on the end of this heifer. Alright, so gonna be the part they hold, and then we're gonna put the hook up here on this end. So let me get my markers and my airbrush gun here. We'll do a bit of a burst coming from each side of it. There's that. We'll cap off the front and the back with the pink, or geranium as they call it. Turn the speed all the way down and just let it rotate. It's not going to be centered by any means. It's just going to help with the drying process. It's going to help me when I go to put the wax on it and seal it and everything. Kind of like a weird butt plug. The sponsor chase looks cool as fuck, dude. Awesome, dude. It's a Winston's. You can put the cap on it here so I don't kill the markers, man. Like, I messaged them and I didn't know they were going to send me one, and like, it's legit. It's rechargeable. So we get the whole name in there. Winston's. And it takes these markers. They sell them on their website, but you can also buy the same markers. It's like that square gauge. They're called dual, and what it does is, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it feeds it up that ramp and paints it on there, man. It's legit. I gotta crop this live tonight to make a video for them, so they'll shoot me an affiliate code for you guys. Well, it's already done. I just want to put a little bit of wax on it. I got it turned down a little bit. Smear that into the depths of that. Taper that up this shaft. I said shaft. Man, it works pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I first seen it, I messaged him and I was like, nah, it's kind of gimmicky. But I was also in the market for an airbrush gun, and I didn't want to drop a couple $100 into it because I watched Ben, and like that guy's just a legit badass with an airbrush gun. All right, so while we're taking a second for that to, oh yeah, I got it over in the grooves and everything, awesome. While we're on the topic of that, pretty tight-knit community, not gonna lie. I don't know if any of you guys seen the Facebook post or the YouTube post last week. I just about gave this shit up. And it's not because I'm tired of woodworking. I love it. It's probably the only thing that keeps me sane. YouTube is straight dicking its people over, man. Like, you can ask Jeff, you can ask Ryan, anybody. You'll be in the middle of a live, and it seems like you start getting to a peak number where you're starting to go into like a different bracket of them having to push you. And for some reason, your live feed will cut out, and it won't just do it once; it'll do it twice, do it 3 times. Like you'll start a live, and if there's like, it seems like somebody that's a little bit more prevalent or something more going on, it just kills your feed. And after a while, man, it kind of gets to you. Like some of us, we put our heart and soul into this shit. Is what it is. You guys don't have to watch if you want to, but it really it bothers us. We become, I don't know, we become like kind of clicked up with the people who are there all the time. And for the most part, all you guys are here all the time. And last Sunday, it kind of just got to me, and I was about ready to hang it all up and just say the hell with it. And I don't know. I didn't. Hopefully it was an error they fixed, but the reason that I didn't is because of you guys. And I appreciate the hell out of it. What's up, Galen? Welcome to the shack, man. Sunday Spunday. We do this every Sunday. Give me a second here. And so a couple hours of us turning. If you haven't liked, subscribe, check it out. Also, if you're into this or want to get into something like this, check out my sponsors, man. Good people. Alright, so here is our crochet needle. I've got to taper the end, put the hook in it. Here is our bowl. I've got to cut the J hook in it, all the cool stuff like that. I don't have it in here, bro. It's in my house. It's chilling out. I don't want the fluctuating weather to get it like crazy and like warping or anything like that. I will post pictures of it to my the front page on this. Sorry about that. I already took it inside. It's just like a personal thing of mine. An item chucked up one end. Is that a rocket lathe? No, this is the Find by Tool. It's actually the Macarule F1, or sorry, FL1222. Check them out. Jeff, they're in the house. It's just a personal thing of mine. Usually a week before I take something to a shop. And I probably don't have to do it here where it's climate controlled. But especially where I was working in the other shop. I had to worry about humidity and temperature change and all that. And I've actually had cutting boards like turn into like taco racks before. So I was kind of afraid to leave them out here. So, crochet needle. Got to hook the end of it. All that cool stuff. This is the textured bottomed yarn bowl. Bowl of yarn sits in here. I'll have a J hook cut in here that the yarn will go through. Have a hole drilled here. You can stab this son bitch through. And yeah, pretty cool. First one of these I made. It's not super detailed by any means, but I'm sure one of these little old ladies they'll hook it up for their granddaughter that's just now getting into turning. Next one's gonna be a little bit different. Also, a couple of pins I'm gonna turn. You want to see another bowl? Y'all want to see some pins? Y'all let me know. I'm here for the gangbang. Yeah, I probably should have recorded yesterday. Hindsight being 2020. Like I came in here like with the focus of an ADHD child, and it was nothing but woodworking. Like, dude, I made whiskey smokers, finalized some cutting boards. I got another cutting board over there I got to finish routing out today. Metric shit ton of rolling pins. Metric shit ton of rolling pins, homie. Like, I made 4 yesterday. I've got 3 more blanks that I got gluing up right now. So, it's pretty cool. Nice color choices. Thank you, Galen. So, what's up, Muhammad? Hello. I think that's what you meant, yeah. So, yeah, let me hit my vape for a second. Let me clean up my monstrosity of sawdust real quick, like, and, fuck it, we'll turn some pins. Why not, right? I got pins. We'll try them. Oh, yeah, vacuum feels good peeping. Sharpie. Oh, yeah. Well, it's anytime it seems like ideas all. I was gonna glue up like some crazy ass wood blanks, but sponsor Brad at Got Wood LLC, use the code WHACKER for a hell of a discount. Probably the best hardwood sponsor you're gonna get. Matter of fact, I straight up just told Exotic Wood Zone the other day because they were asking me about trying to build a bowl with some garbage ass wood they sent me. I asked them for the return address on it, and now they're trying to backtrack and be like, "Oh, we're not trying to rush you. We just want to see where it's going. I'm not building wood with that garbage ass wood." So if you want to like buy the stuff, buy fairly local. Go with Brad at Got Wood, turnblanks.net. Dude's a hell of a guy. Anyways, got some canary wood, coffee wood, and some Paduke and some other stuff coming. I'm going to be doing some bowls with matching cutting boards, almost like sets. We got a fairly big business opportunity coming up, and hopefully if it lands the way I'm thinking it's going to land, I'm going to have to batch out like 100, 110 sets of matching bowls and segmented bowls and segmented cutting boards for a restaurant that's possibly going in. So if that goes through, that will be the shit, and your boy will be doing Sunday Spunday probably 5 times a week. Every day will be Sunday Spunday. Alright, so here's what we can do. I got the shit to turn pins. Now I got some pretty cool stuff up here to turn pins. Amazonian cluster of exotics. Exotic Wood Zone, I don't know if it's just the one I was dealing with, man. They dropped the ball like real hard. And I'm not just saying this because this dude's my shop sponsor, because I was working on exotic woods before I ever met Brad. Sorry, I can't think right when I'm looking at the camera. Before I ever met Brad from Turning Wood or turningblanks.net, I was working on them because they were like a big name brand, and I seen their shit popping up everywhere, and I was like, those are the guys that I've got to work for. No, I'm telling you right now, fuck that. Go with Brad from Got Wood. Yeah, the guy's awesome. If you don't have it, he can get it, and if he don't get it or don't have it, he can get it real quick. Like, I was talking to him the other day, he's got some several board feet of Purple Heart. in the kiln. Everything comes to you, and I'll say it again, once again, everything you get from that man, that shop, whatever, comes wax covered on both ends. It's already ready to roll. No checks, no cracks, no knots, no nothing like that. And it's stamped. So you ain't got to label it, nothing like that. You can put the shit on a shelf, you know exactly what you're looking at. And on the rack directly behind you, I've got a metric shit ton of his product. It's the only product that I'll have in my shop, exotic wood-wise, unless it's gifted from somebody. I know that's kind of like I'm like yanking his plug or something like that. I don't give a damn. That dude's solid. He's probably the only wood dealer I'll ever deal with again. All right. So, let me look amongst the shack here. There's that. There's that. There's that. I used that last night. I don't know exactly where the fuck I put it at, but I know I used it last night. Probably over here. I'm freaking out for no reason. Stay. Thank you. Ah, right there, right where I knew it was, because that's where I told y'all it was. Had to get my... There we go. Nope. I've been kind of like so balls to the wall here lately that I haven't been able to, I don't know, I guess clean the way I should, which is really setting me off, because if anybody's been watching any of my videos, sorry, any of my lives, I was kind of like anal retention about the whole clean shop thing. Take that out. Over here. Put you in here. Put you in there. So, got a blank here from one of my sponsors, and I don't feel like cutting this one in half because it's just so damn pretty. Galen, I believe so, yes. Yeah, that guy is phenomenal. The only dude that I will ever buy wood from, like exotic or imported wood from, ever. Let me get this sticker off here. This is from one of my sponsors. Been sitting up here for a while, and I've kind of been eyeballing it. And, this is from Bullseye Turning Blanks, or Bullseye Turning Association, sorry. They make some badass pin blanks, some badass pin stuff. So I got this, and I don't feel that I could, in clean and good conscience, cut this into 2 segments to make a slimline. So I'm gonna trim some of this off here, enough to make a full-bodied, modified slimline pin line, or slimline pin, I'm sorry. And for the hardware, we got black, silver, rose gold, and gunmetal, and brass. I'm thinking brass would probably make that bitch pop 7 ways from Sunday. Black. There the brass. There's the black. On down, the Lord has come. Wood looks great and great selection. Comments in returners meeting. Right. Unfortunately for me, there is not like a whole lot of exotic wood species here in Southern Ohio, I reckon. You might get lucky every once in a while and snatch up some buckeye burl, but that's about close you're going to get. All right, let me trim this up real quick, and we'll get at it. And with what Jeff was speaking about right before I dipped out, I will say this. I am not stranger to splitting up some damn logs and turning them. I don't like really turning the wet wood. But I did send Jeff some photos the other day, as well as David Ardito and Ryan, Michael, Boardworks on here. Oh, sorry, Board Handcrafted Woodworks. I did just bust up a metric shit ton of flaming box elder, walnut, some cherry, a little bit of catalpa. So once it dries, I'll have a bunch of hand cut blank. They are latex, by the way, Jeff. Okay, we are going to use, let me get y'all down here. We're going to use the truck method for drilling this. Not super fond of drilling it while it's on the lathe, but it beats the hell out of using the drill press. Sometimes the drill press gets a little wonky, and I really don't want to do that with a piece of wood of this caliber. So we're definitely not going to clamp the vise down on this end. Even if it does crush it a little bit, we're still going to turn it off. But I don't want to risk crushing and fracturing that epoxy. Sorry. All right. Lock this heifer in. Turn the speed down. And I'm sure 90% of you know this, but if you're ever tapping or drilling into epoxy, please, please, please be slow, because you'll melt the epoxy from the inside and ruin your blank. Give it a second to cool down. It's almost easier if you just line it up and push it through with your hand. Until you get to the wood. This is a maple burl with very resin in it, and I don't think I have to tell you all that it's absolutely beautiful, but I will. Shit's absolutely beautiful. Just dropped my chuck key on my toe. Might go off camera and piss my pants, I don't know. Dropping pieces out of it. We're gonna stop that shit. A little bit extra length on this. should be enough to get me through there, hopefully. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. Cool. Fruit wood can be very pretty, Jeff. I've turned some pear and I've turned some apple. And I'd say that by far, the spalted apple that I've turned is probably one of my favorite woods. Alright. So I'm thinking that we make this end right here. We want to make that the part where the nib is or part where the clamp is. Clip. Y'all tell me. Jeff, I've never got to turn olive. Blue for the nib. Oh. Blue for the nib, gotcha. So we're going to anchor the top piece in. It's going to be up here like this. Yeah. So we are not gluing in this second brass one, or this second brass piece, because this is going to be a modified slimline. But in order to keep that one like 128th of wobble from getting in here and causing any interference, I am going to slide this in here. It will slide out freely, see? But if we already got the shim up on this side, we definitely need it down on that side. Alright, so turn this in here and knock this heifer out. And then we're going to come over here, pop this sumbitch off. Watch Ryan do that with a crowbar all the time, and I just shit bricks every time he does it. I know the man knows what he's doing, but damn, it scares the hell out of me. My luck, I'd break the teeth off there. Alright. As a drafter, I vote handling. Galen, if you would have said something about, I don't know, 2 minutes ago before I glued that in there, man, I would have straight up did that for you. But it's sitting there now. Sorry, bro. Where are you from, Galen? Just out of curiosity, if you don't mind. Ow, don't you fucking spill on me glue. I mean, I have no doubt that Ryan knows exactly what the hell he's doing. And he's came in leaps and bounds as a turner, man. Like, I'm not even questioning his capabilities. I'm just saying, like, I do sketchy shit, and every time he puts that fucking pry bar in there and clamps him, like, my butthole slams shut. Like, oh, God. Double OG, I did finish my semen jar, and it's on its way to your mom with a sample. I'm sure, like all the other ones, she'll gurgle that one right down. Let me know if she enjoys the pineapple, fuck boy. You 100% came to the wrong fucking live stream to be a fuck boy at. Just throwing it out there. There's some people that might have came to this with the intentions of a dumb shit like you showing up so they'd be able to unload. Do what you gotta do, man. He's in here, you can't fucking whoop me for one, I mean. But, nevertheless, he did leave and come back, so Double OG, as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome. Consider liking and subscribing. Just be respectful to everybody else. They're a good group of people, man. He subbed. I mean, he came back. I can't really knock it. All right. I know that I was going to stick with all gouges on everything today, but we're getting into epoxy on this, fellers, so the carbides are busting out. I am not about to hit this with a rough and gouge or anything like that and make my asshole slam shut and possibly blow up this beautiful, beautiful ass fucking blank. I've got one set of each hardware sitting over here. We'll get down to that once we see what the final product looks like. So, without further ado, let's get into this beautiful sumbitch and see if we can make a love child with it. Y'all see that? Yeah, you can. Fuck yeah, you can, Michael. All right, I'm digging this new snake mount camera thing. It's working out good for me. And in the spirit of all things holy, mock Jesus. Word is down to wood. Yes, I know. Don't reach over the fucking leg. Whew, is she purty. Our diameter is decreased, so I got to lower this down. Not a fishing pole. Looks like it though. Fucking death spaghetti. Oh, damn, she broke them. Yeah, I could like, oh gee, I could put you on one side, and I could put your mom on the other side, and I could do it like this, and use you guys like chump-ass shake weights. Should have went without that part. Later, Jeff. I don't know, I'd say they're pretty rough, homie. I got like a little bit of a ridge right there I want to take care of. Thanks, Roger. Yeah, I got like a little bit of a divot right here. I want to taper this into this. Just a little bit low. No, it's not a segment runus. It's actually some resin and a piece of maple burl that a Stalky sent to me. And it's been set up for a while, and I've wanted to use it for something. I just couldn't think of anything like cool enough. That needs to be worked a little bit. Yeah. I know that I'm only doing half of this, but I really don't want to go over this resin much with 240 grit sandpaper. Just on the feathering parts. It is the start of a pin, J. Perez. And I'm getting ready because I think that's going to be our final form on this. I am going to clean this up. Ow! That was a compass. Right in the top of my fucking foot. Hang this up for a second. Okay, so try to get some of this super high grit shit we got down here, and put a little bit of water on it. Hit it with that. So this is 3,000 grit. Just want to remove a little bit of imperfections. What's up, Rooted Jeff? Ah, fuck yeah, I wear sandals in the shop, bro. I don't give a shit. How long we known each other? And that's the thing you're gonna say I'm sketchy from? Bailey Acres. Hey, Bailey, did you get your pin, homie? Awesome. I was kind of worried about that. I hadn't heard back from you, bro. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that shit a lot, boys. Okay, so where's my special recipe? Oh, no problem. Thank you, man. I appreciate the business. It's not every day you're on these lives and someone buys the shit you're making, dude. Hit this with some alcohol. Clean up any of that dust that might be behind in the sanding marks, if there is any. Shouldn't be a whole lot. It's just how we just went through the fucking grits on this thing. It does kind of look like a shoreline, don't it? She's smooth too. I can go over here and get my oh, that's right here because I came prepared because I'm a badass. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to pop through here. I don't know if you guys can see it without me getting like real close lag, but I'm willing to do that for y'all. I am a fucking entertainer. Yeah. Like right here, we got some of the resin that's coming through the pits in the burl. That's what I was wanting. And then you get all the other sugar of the burl and all that stuff. So yeah, 126 likes in here. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, people. All right, so we're gonna turn the speed down on this sumbitch a little bit, and we've sanded it real good. And I know that this wood has had resin with it and everything else. I am not gonna turn this loose without putting like at least one CA coat on it, just for peace of mind with me. And then we are going to wax the ever-loving dog shit out of this thing. So let's do that. I'm gonna do probably 2 coats of thin, and then I'm gonna hit it with 1 coat of medium, and that's gonna be it. Turn my speed down, way down like. One coat. Galen Monroe, Walking Dogs. I appreciate the fact that you can watch my multitask, bro. If you guys haven't, please like and subscribe. Helps it out a lot. I don't ask for members and stuff like that. I'm fortunate enough to have sponsors, which helps me bring you all fairly decent content and shit like that. But y'all liking and subscribing helps me kick the algorithm's ass, and eventually like lets me get some more subscribers in here to where I can go to in front of a bigger audience. Second coat of CA going on now. There's that. We're going to hit this heifer with some 3000 grit. As soon as that dries. And then I am going to thank you for putting Bullseye crafting supply up there, bub. I appreciate the hell out of that. I got their card sitting right in front of me, I believe. It's just covered in dust because I'm a busy man. Okay, that's dry. I'm gonna hit it with some 3000, then I'll give it a coat with the medium thick CA, and then we're gonna wax the hell out of it. We're gonna pull it off here. We're gonna see what this pin looks like. Turn the speed up for the sanding. Go in one direction, don't go in the middle and keep going backwards and forwards because it'll like dig a divot in your what you just took the time to shape. I am not a pin turning professional by any means. I've only been turning pins for like a very, very limited time. But there's plenty of dudes in here like Mike Wilson, Jeff, fuck, I think he just left, Johnny. They are some pin turning fools. I just now got into it. Turn the speed back down. We're going to give it that medium, that final love coat. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to hit that heifer with a metric ton of wax. The medium takes a little bit longer to dry, so you can give it 2 or 3 passes with one towel to make sure you spread it out real good. Once you get it on there, you can turn the speed up just a little bit. That way the centrifugal force will spread out any kind of glops or anything like that you got. You want a really clean finish on a pin like this. Yes, I do need to get some CA finished bushings. I was eyeballing them the other day, man. And I was like, you know, as much as you're doing this shit, you should probably get some of those. Alright, she's done. Let's put the love on her. Turn that speed way down. I'm going to cruise around 1200 RPM. That's actually up there for most people. For me, that's way down there. Speed her up. Put the lid on here. Another piece of paper towel. And buffer home. Might need to pack that up. Sorry for bumping y'all. My bad, y'all. Car wax might give a pretty damn good finish, but that finish ain't that bad, bro. And I don't have no car wax. Alright, so that's the pin body. This is going to be up here where the cap is. This down here is going to be where the nib is. You can see I put like a little bit of a flare right there. I like those on pins. I think it's pretty cool. It gives you something a little tactile. We have black hardware and we have gold hardware. See if I can create a poll real quick. Nah, fuck that. Black or gold, y'all let me know. Black will make it pop. Gold. Black. 2 for black, 1 for gold. Come on, y'all. There's at least 80 of y'all in here. She'll hurry some bitch. Man, the camera does not do this thing any justice. Black it is. Put the gold over here for another day. I've also got some pink wood up there I might turn later. I don't fucking know. Depends if I feel froggy or not. Great. Stay there. Mallet. Cool, yeah. What's up, Woodchucker? How's it going, man? She's looking sexy. I need the top cap. Oh, you know, building pins and crochet bowls and batching stuff out for like a show I got coming up. Just trying to let the people of YouTube know that I'm alive and didn't take myself off the map after that last post I put on here. See, that's what everybody says to use that. Messaging the shit out of me. I want those little pieces of green to peek through the burl. I like it. Trying to get it to focus on it. There we go. Yep. I don't know what one of these sell for, man. I don't know. I know the blank's like 13 bucks alone. Pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah. There's their QR code, $13.50. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm digging it. It's kind of weary of it to start off with, I ain't gonna lie. But that being said, 60 bucks. All right. Y'all want to do another one? It's a ink pen. The tag says hybrid pen blank with Silver Springs epoxy and maple burl. This one, I don't know, it took about 20-30 minutes, and I was talking to you guys while I was doing it. Yeah, if you're just smashing out like plain Jane production runs, like my 2-piece pins, I can knock out one of those in like 5-6 minutes now. Like, I hate to say that I'm that involved with pin turning, dicks, but I can knock one of those out super quick and not feel bad about it. That's with putting a nice finish on it. You know what? I made this earlier. Pretty cool. Just showing the people in here why I'm running this through the back of my head. I've got some new stuff from Got Wood, and it looks pretty damn sexy. I ain't gonna lie. I'll let you guys pick. Boy Brad sent these to me the other day. These are some dyed. Are you fat or just extra strong? Strong enough to put your mom up on my shoulders and make her scream like your daddy never could. Could be the tongue. Could be the table muscle. I don't know. Welcome aboard, Jack Jones. Like and subscribe. Anyways, I got all these colors here. I got like a purple, a red, some other kind of purple, I think. I don't know. Fucking gold. This crazy looking blue and some kind of red. They were cut-offs. So, y'all pick one. We'll do it from this side over here. Start with 1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blanks. Give me a number. Hurry up. I ain't hold these fucking things all day. This is 3. There's 2 middle ones, bro. We do shit different down here in the States. 3 or 6. Okay, so 3 is a definite contender. Everybody's barked out 3 several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Last one. Set these bitches back over here with the good stuff. All right. Got all kinds of crazy colors in it. And that's got some burl and shit in it. Which one are we doing? Hold on. Gunmetal. Gunmetal. Let's see how long these sons of bitches are. You fucking fuck. Come here. Alright, cool. These were seconds of the cutoffs that he had, and he sent them to me because I had asked him about them after Mike Wilson had messaged me in like a straight up fever pitch at like 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's how we roll. And see what they look like. You make the designs. Cool. Ow, fucker. Some bitch came at me like it was gonna fuck me. We'll put all this over here. Set you there for a second. There for a second. Chuck up the big boy. Lock you in there. Alright, let's go with this one first. I'm kind of curious to see what the hell it is. Turn her down. Turn her on. Okay. The way the little bungee fishermen do it, right? What's up, Johnny? Alright, that's in there. Chuck up this yellow heifer. I don't know what the fuck it is really. I think it might be yellow. Fuck, I don't know. That'll blister. Yeah, you leaving? Huh? Love you. Huh? Love you, Mom. I'm back. I don't want to skew, but the whole piece is kind of a little bit different. So we'll work with what we got. I don't know if I'll be able to get back, Mike. I think this is going to be my last one. I got to get my kids out of the house and move some stuff for my mother-in-law and make my wife dinner and take her to her work and all that cool stuff. So, might be a little bit, buddy. Might be a little bit. Yeah, I gotta feed the Schwartha heathens I got. Get in there, bitch. Thank you. Flip you over. Tighten you up. I do all my pin pieces like this, even when I'm making 2-piece pins. I still turn each individual piece, which makes it easier on me. Let's see what this thing does. All right. see what we're working with so we can see how we're going to design it. That has got all kinds of colors in it. Holy sheep shit. Alright. That's medium. I don't know what colors those are, but I kind of like them. Looks like some blue and some purple and all kinds of shit. How's it going, brother? This was the darker one. I think this was number 3. No, this was number 5, yes. Number 3's right here. That has some crazy color in it. You do see right here around the edge of it. I'm going to give that a little bit of love. Thin CA. What's up, Attila? If you guys haven't, please like, subscribe. Go check out my other dudes on here. Runix Workshop, Johnny's Latecraft, my homie 77 Rockets, David Ardito. Them guys are just tearing it up here lately. Jeff from 2 Minutes Woodworks, BW Wood Turning, all those guys. They're like family to me, man. Check them out. Steve from My Honey's Homemade. Got a bit of a community going here. Trying to keep that up and running. Check it out, please. Telling you right now, if you ever want like some miniatures painted or some crazy off the wall shit, go to Runic. That motherfucker's a wizard with an airbrush. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Now, I'm gonna trim this up right here on this edge. Where'd you go? Finish your sew, you motherfucker. Don't let me go. That's not going to work like I thought it would. There we go. There, now we're free. Cool. Wanted that to happen before we went any further into this bullshit. One day I'll stop dropping this. And then I'll be a real boy. There we go. Summon a bitch. All right. Oh, that's a catch. Fucking catch it, yeah. Okay, so the pin part is pretty much done. I got a little bit more sand than I see up there. I want to get done. Maybe, yeah. Probably go ahead and do that now. Show our camera a bit. Oh shit! I'm sorry, bro. Okay, there's that. It's got all kinds of crazy colors in it. I think that's going to be the full body of the pin. top of the pin's up here, so I should actually probably reduce this a little bit. Hindsight. This kind of has this like cosmic space kind of vibe with the coloring and everything in it, and I don't want to like do some fancy swoopy elegant design on it, so I was thinking more like Pink Floyd album geometric triangles. So I got this the widest parts in the middle from the nib from the cap, they both slope up to it, and in the very center of it there is a distinguished line. So let's that's medium. We don't want to use medium. I want to any place I see a little bit of a inclusion. I don't know if they're inclusions or not, but they scare me when they're going 3,800 RPMs. We're going to hit it a little bit with some, what is this, 150? Yep. So if there's any dust, it'll just mix straight in with that CA, fill any of those holes. All right. Terrifying. You got that bitch mounted up to a lathe yet? Alright, that'll be that for those. In typical fashion, put some alcohol on this heifer. No, you don't get to see it until after I put the CA on it. It's continuously moving forward at 51 RPM. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Thanks to Jesus. Come on, let's get it to 150 likes before I get out of here this evening. Got this one and one more. See what we look like. We look alright so far. So let's put some CA on it. Normally don't flood it like that, but where it had a few of them there little inclusions and stuff like that in it. They might not be inclusions. I don't know. I don't think Brad would send me some inclusions on it. Seems like a pretty reputable dude. I would give it the chance. That's dry. Let me get me old 1000 grit here. Do have a high spot right there. Did have a high spot right there. All right. So let's get the second coat on here. All right. Yeeted my shit, Billy. Paper towel here and give it the old buff-a-doo. Okay, that is actually very pretty. I was not expecting that. I was kind of like trying to figure out how I'm gonna play it off, you know. But no, it's wow. Okay, that's off there. That's off there. Let's put these sons of bitches back now. I'll raise you up here. My bad, y'all. Go ahead and get the end cap out of here before I forget about that, because that would be stupid. So, take this. Kind of got a thing here where I'm going to sand the end of that off a little bit. Just to make me feel better about life. Okay. All right, cool. I don't like that. I'm telling you. I'm not big on that. Kind of pissing me off, really. Well, I fuckered that one up. I'm going to have to take that and chop it down and use it for a single blank because I'm stupid. Apparently whenever I was putting the CA on the outside of it, some of it might have sunk in a little bit and then it glued the one bushing that's not supposed to be glued in here in there. This one, we're not going to do that with. Never finally quit dropping them. We ain't going to do shit, boys. And girl, is. There you are, you fucking heifer. All right. we got here? There's my round. Got a piece of that fucking burl in the end. Cool, because it's not glued in yet, but still it's enough to piss me off. You leaving for college? You already load your shit up?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just come get me?
I didn't know if y'all
You're an
mind.
idiot. I love you.
Oh, you too.
Be careful.
Also, you need to make a like book themed section for Liquid.
A book themed? Like what?
Like little trinkets you put on your bookshelf.
Trinkets to put on your bookshelf. Alright.
Because like if you find a certain series, I can help you with it. Because I know that if you find across like book people out in somebody's fairs, or if you set next to a book tent, it could go 2 and 2 carousel.
What do you guys think?
Oh.
Stuff for books? What?
I did.
Fuck them. They're good.
Because I seen like your egg on the island, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would go 4th week, and then you made me my 4th week black that I have on top of my books.
Yeah. I'll make some book stuff.
Okay.
Alright. Be careful, kid. Love
I
you.
will be. I love you too.
There's my daughter, Mike. No. None of mine are oversized. Okay. That's where. Hold it. Now, so we're gonna go gunmetal on this one, of course, because that's what we got laid out. Swear to God, every time that boy comes in my shop, all my shit, nothing or nothing's at. And she's done. She writes all that cool stuff. But well, all that cool nonsense being said, it is about time for me to call it evening. I gotta go move some stuff for my mother-in-law and feed these crotch goblins and all that. Appreciate everybody that showed up, all that cool stuff. It means a lot to me. Other than that, peace. Love y'all. I'm out. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Check out my sponsors too. That'd be like really cool of you guys. Later.